Hey everyone! Wanted to take a couple minutes to explain what you need to do for this week's discussion. Our discussion this week is on life then versus life now. So we're kind of shifting gears and looking at some prompts that force us to sort of use compare and contrast, right? Remember, that's your second formal writing assignment in week 6. Writing assignment 2 is the compare contrast paragraph. So this discussion prompt could possibly provide you with a topic for that writing assignment. So it's a good idea to take it seriously and really put some thought into your response, because it could save you time in here in a few weeks when you have to do that writing assignment paragraph, right? So the prompt for this week, life then versus life now, says think about how much life has changed since you were a child. Discuss at least 3 similarities or 3 differences between life then and life now. You can choose to discuss similarities or differences in like your personal life, or you can sort of take a bigger picture approach and just talk about life in general. So I could talk about how when I was a child, my parents were married. Now I'm an adult and my parents are divorced. Or I could talk about something more general that like everybody has experienced, a difference that is true for everyone. So you can go personal with it or sort of bigger picture that, a lot of readers would relate to. Okay, you can talk about how technology has changed. That's something that is sort of general to everybody, right? You can talk about how kids used to play outside, but now they're all into video games. That's something that's more general, right? But if you talk about how you used to be shy when you were a kid, but now as an adult, you're much more outgoing and much more comfortable and confident with yourself. That's personal. You can go either direction, but just make sure that it's the same direction all the way through, right? So if you want to go personal with your similarities or differences, keep it personal all the way through. If you want to go more general, bigger picture, that's fine too. Just make sure that it's all of your differences or similarities are sort of bigger picture items, right? But pick 3 similarities or 3 differences between life then and life now and explain them, right? Kind of explain what you mean by these differences and similarities. What was it like then and what was it like now? And then for your next example, what was it like then and what's it like now, right? Okay. You want to be specific. Don't just say life as a kid was more fun, but life now is much harder. Be specific, right? Give as many specific examples as you can. All right, and you can be humorous, you can be super serious, again, kind of just keeping in the back of your mind that this could be a potential topic for writing assignment 2, compare contrast paragraph in week 6. And the more you have here in this response for the discussion, the more ideas you already have to work with when it comes time to do that paragraph, right? All right, so try to have your response for this discussion be a sizable paragraph, right? 10 to 12 sentences. That's what I mean by going into some detail and explaining each similarity or each difference with specific examples. All right? So try to have your first post up by Thursday night so that everyone has plenty of time and plenty of options to choose from to do their 2 peer responses by Sunday night. The discussion is due Sunday night. It will remain open for 1 extra week, but remember, if you post during that extra week, it's at a 50% point reduction. Something's better than nothing, but full points is better than half points. So do your best to try to have that discussion completed on time. If you have any questions or run into any technical difficulties with the discussion, reach out right away. Otherwise, just try to do your best on this, and maybe it will come in handy when it's time to start working on writing assignment 2, compare contrast paragraph.